Hey guys and girls, welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to create a pattern on a curve and make it with a certain condition. It needs to be normal to the surface and also tangent to the curve. So we're going to create these stitching here, and as you can see it's variable. Each pattern is changing, and you can see on the left side as well, it's always perpendicular to the surface and following the curve. Alright, so let's get started. I'll create the stitching on the top here. Alright, what you need to do is with the pattern tool, you can pattern that along a dimension, and you're gonna create a first point, a datum point. And what's really handy, when you click a point on the curve, and make sure you want to click on the whole curve. So this one's only going to that particular point. It's very important that you tap right click to select the whole curve. Now this point is going to travel along the whole curve, and you can, if you put the point not on the end but just off the end, you put in an offset value. So that's a dimension, and that's really important for us to be able to pattern along that dimension, and it's going to follow along the curve because the point is always on the curve. So just create the first point there, and we can show the points by turning the points on here. Alright, next is, alright, I'll just pattern that so you can see that now. So if you select that point, go to pattern. In this pattern, if you select this relative positioning, we can put the size for each pattern. So let me change that. Make each increment to be 0.03. and we can put in the numbers. So we put 25 now, and there you go, it just pans along the curve, and I'll make that make that 0.02 and make that 45, and you can set how many you want. So I'll make that 50 to go all the way to the end there. And there you go, you have the points moving along. Now another thing we need to do is create an axis. When we create this axis, make sure you select the surface and also the point. When you click the surface, it points up to normal, and this is really important to make sure your geometry is facing normal. And what's really handy is when you go display, you can adjust the length of these datum so it's not messy. We'll make it shorter, and so these white boxes, they're handles, and they let you drag them, and that looks fine, and we accept that. And to turn on the axis, we click on there. Alright, since we have the base the base pattern, if you click pattern again, it recognizes from the previous pattern. It's called reference patterning. So we can apply, it applies that axis all the way across. Alright, I'm going to do one more axis. I'll actually just undo that so we can do all of that in one go later on. So we're going to do one more constraint. This axis is going to sit on the line and the point, so it's got the condition of tangent. So this is important to make sure it's always on tangent, and I'm going to quickly adjust the axis line to keep that clean. So we just go drag that to that point. Alright, there you go. And now I'm going to do a plane. We'll create a plane based on that axis and that axis. If you click on those two, you need to zoom out. You can see the plane, and we're going to adjust the size of that. So drag the corners to make that smaller, so it's neat and tidy. Okay, so let's bring that there and that there. Alright, I draw that plane there, so we can draw our turn on the plane here. We're gonna draw our design, our stitch, and it's basically a ring shape. We're gonna draw on here, so I selected that plane. Well, I'll show you that again. So go to sketch, select this plane we just created, click sketch, and to reference these things we click on reference, click that to load that in and close. And I'm going to create an ellipse with center, so I'll draw an ellipse like that, and you can put in how much dimension you want, and I'll make that 1.6 and click OK. And with that sketch, to create the stitch, I'll create a sweep based on that sketch, and I'll put in a circular cross section. So circle, click on there, and I'll make that about 0.8. That looks fine. Click OK. And we'll apply that, and you can see the first stitch there. Alright, so to pattern all of that, we simply just need to, you can group all these together and pattern that along, but yeah, so you can just pattern each one at a time, or just group them all. So I'll go in and delete the pattern of the points, and I'll group all of that and apply the sweep at the end. So actually you can group the whole thing in and then go pattern, but when you do this, make sure you click the rel dimension, so it switch to relative, and make that 0.02, and I'll put that in as 50, I think, and click OK. Alright, there you go. I'll just hide all these datums. Alright, there you go. We have the stitching pattern, and that's really useful. It's very realistic and nice to be able to do that. So so it's important to select the whole curve when you do that, and apply the tangent to curve, normal to surface axis, and use point offset to make a follow a line with a certain distance. So that's a advanced tutorial, and it's important to know that. Thanks for watching. See you later.